Welcome to the Limerick's Life podcast with your hosts, Sharon Slater
and Peter.
Welcome to this bite-sized episode of the Limerick's Life podcast.
Cursed edition.
I'm Sharon Slater and I know about history.
I'm Peter and I don't know about history.
How do you fancy another bite-sized piece of Limerick folklore?
Ooh.
This one is coming to us from Margaret Edgar, the Limerick nanny to the last Tsar of Russia.
I remember her. She was in episode 2. She's the one that gave royalty a Limerick accent.
That she did. But do you remember me telling you about her autobiography, 6 Years in a Russian Court, and how it wasn't the best book in the world? But it did have a few interesting stories in it.
Oh, what's she telling us about today?
Well, she told us about a Limerick man's influence in the health and wealth of the people of Denmark.
Ooh.
Her story begins with an unnamed Limerick man who went to stay in Copenhagen. While there, he found himself very comfortable. Every person he met vied with one another to make him happy.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, and as he was due to leave, he said to them, "Tell me what I can do for you, and I will go to the ends of the earth to serve you." The Danish had a plan all along, and they weren't just being kind for the sake of being kind.
No, that's not nice.
They told him to travel to a certain spot in a field in County Limerick and to dig there to find a box, and that the box was filled with gold and one stone ring. He was told that he could keep the gold, but to send the ring back to Copenhagen.
Very mysterious.
Isn't it just? So the man returned to Limerick, and he followed the directions to a T, and on locating the treasure, he began his journey back to Copenhagen, carrying with him the box of gold.
A box of gold and a stone ring. I wonder how heavy that would have been.
It might have been quite heavy.
Yeah.
Hopefully he had a cart of some kind. Eventually, he made it back to the people who'd been so kind to him on his original trip. He tried with all his might to give him the gold for their generosity, and they insisted on only taking the stone ring, which they took away quickly and hid. They turned to the man and scolded him, saying, "You unfortunate wretch, you have betrayed and ruined your country. All would have gone well as long as the ring of youth remained in her. But from henceforth all poverty will leave Denmark, and her women will always be young and beautiful, while Ireland will bear a double burden of poverty. Her children will be forced to leave for other countries, and nothing will thrive in Ireland."
So you're saying we shouldn't trust the Danish?
They do make nice pastries. That wasn't the only curse placed on Ireland, and in particular, the people of Limerick.
No.
No. Remember the Bard of Thomond from our last bite-sized episode?
Mm-hmm.
He wrote another of his poems about the next curse.
Oh, we'll have to do a full episode on him someday.
Absolutely. So you know how we have two St. Munchin's churches in Limerick on either side of Thomond Bridge, just to confuse people.
Yeah, there's a Catholic one and a Protestant one.
That there is. Well, the story goes that St. Munchin was building his church in the city, and the locals were passing by, and he would stop them and ask if they would help. But each time they would dismiss him and say, "Sure, I have to go pick up a pair of tackies or get a chicken hut," and wander on into the city.
All classic Limerick activities.
Munchin would then ask foreigners who were coming into the city to help him, and they would go, "Sure, we've got a few minutes to spare," and they would give him a hand before moving on.
Oh, that's nice.
Eventually the church was built and Munchin stood outside it. He stood outside a crowd of foreigners and locals. He declared that day that no Limerick person would ever prosper in the city. Only foreigners would prosper here.
So we got double cursed?
That we did.
Wow.
And what do you think the people of Limerick did on hearing that they got cursed?
What'd they do?
Well, they made him the patron saint of the city, of course. You know, the old saying goes, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
So, what's the lesson we learned today?
It's a tricky one, because with the first curse, it says not to be too kind or naive. But the second one says to be kind.
So, I don't know what we learned, but they were good stories nonetheless.
That they were. So that's the end of the story. Bye bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Find out more about this and other Limerick stories at limerickslife.com and check us out on our social media. You can find Limerick's Life on buymeacoffee.com. Mine's a decaf.
And mine's a latte.